Hey guys, so today I have a tutorial for you, and it is a talk-through tutorial, and this is going to be a taupe eyes and dramatic contour tutorial, and so that is the look that I'm going to be going for. It's going to be like a smoky taupe eye, and I am going to be using almost all drugstore. There's like one or two high-end products that I'm going to be using, but almost everything is going to be drugstore. The high-end products are easily interchangeable, but they're just what I'm choosing to use for this specific look. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start off with my face, and I've already applied my e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer, and if you watched my August favorites video, you know that I've been loving this month. It's really awesome, long lasting, and it's not necessarily the best pore filler, but it definitely does help with that, and I don't feel like I need to use an extra pore filling primer with it like I normally would around my nose. So I've already blended this into my skin. And then I'm going to go in with my Benefit Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow Foundation. I have not been giving this product much love recently, so I decided I would use it for today's video. This has SPF 15, or no, it's oil-free and it has SPF 25, which is awesome. And I am in the lightest shade, which is I'm Pure for sure. I am going to be using 1 to 2 pumps depending on how much coverage I ended up needing, and this is about a medium coverage foundation. Not the most buildable thing ever, but definitely buildable to the point where you can get medium to high coverage. So I'm going to put that was about 2.5 pumps onto my hand. This is a pretty thin foundation, and I'm just going to be dotting this all over my face and then blending it in with my Ulta brand Beauty Blender as well as my fingers. Like I said, I haven't used this foundation in a long time, and I am now realizing this is definitely a light coverage foundation. The coverage is okay, but for my personal purposes, I've been breaking out really bad, so I'm going to be using one of my favorite concealers, and I had a different concealer in my August favorites, but I haven't been using this product very much recently, and it is the Benefit Boing Concealer, another high-end product, but you can easily replace this with the Maybelline Fit Me, Maybelline 24 Hour, whatever is your favorite, and again, I am the lightest shade in this. I am just going to be applying this onto some of the redness on my cheeks, as well as some blemishes that I have, and over here, and then I'm going to be using a different concealer for under my eyes. Okay, I have a few more cream products that I'm going to be using before I set everything. The first one is going to be my e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter, which looks like this. It's a dual-ended product. And if I didn't say this, that this concealer is in the lightest shade, and it is a little bit too light for me, so I'm also going to apply it up here like a highlighter, and it's not insanely too light for me, but it's definitely light enough that I can easily use it as a highlighting product on the high points of my cheeks. So I'm also going to blend that out with my Ulta brand Beauty Blender. If you ever see me using any kind of beauty sponge, unless I've told you otherwise in the video, it's going to be this sponge. So if I ever forget to say that, I'm always using my Ulta brand Beauty Blender. I have one last cream product that I'm going to use. This is this is a product that my mom used and then she gave to me. Apparently, she meant to give it to me a long time ago, so that's cool. She said she got this in Nordstrom's. It's the Prescriptives Cream Blush, and this is like the stick blush in the shade Balinese Peach 02. So basically, it's just a really pretty shimmery peach color that I'm going to be doing here. Watch me. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit on the apples of my cheeks, and then I'm going to blend it out with my fingers. And we're just going to do a tiny bit because we are also going to be doing a pretty significant contour, and we've already done some highlighting up here, so we don't want it to be too insane and dramatic. So just to set everything that I've used on my face so far, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Coverall Powder in the shade Fair Light. And I just got this recently, and I'm really excited to be trying it. This was only like somewhere between $2 and $3. It was not expensive at all. So I'm hoping that I really like this and that I can continue to repurchase this as a Holy Grail powder because it was so incredibly inexpensive. So I'm just going to be dotting this all over my face. So the very last face product I'm going to use before we move on to our eyes is this e.l.f. Contouring and Bronzing Palette. And basically, I have it in the shade St. Lucia, and this is supposed to be the NARS Orgasm Laguna dupe. And I'm just going to be using this bronzer, which is very dark compared to my skin tone, but if you use it really lightly, I can make it work for a contour. So I'm just taking my Beauty Basics blush brush. So I'm just going to slightly dot this in here, get a little bit of product, and then tap it off, just because we want to start really, really, really slight, and this might even end up being really dark on my skin. And I'm sorry, there's a lamp like over here, that's why you can see some shadowing. I'm having difficulty finding a good setup whenever I'm sitting over here. So basically I'm just going to start this right at my earlobe. So imagine you're going straight from your nose to your ear, which is like a perfectly straight line. We don't want it that straight. We want just to lower a little bit, and then make sure you blend upward, and that's what's gonna give you the absolute best contour that you can. And make sure to go really lightly at first. That is the outline for my contour. And then I'm going to be taking a different brush. I'm going to use my e.l.f. powder brush to blend that out. Or no, my e.l.f. mineral powder brush to blend that out. Because I feel like that brush I was using did have a little bit of pinky product in it. And I just have my brush in again. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit more to build it up. Tap it off all the way. And then just blend it so you can kind of see the difference, at least I can in my mirror, between this side and this side. And then I'm just going to repeat that. Okay, so then I'm just going to use a tiny bit more of this around my temples and make sure to brush it off and everything. I'm also going to contour my nose a little bit. And that is finally it for face. We finally finished everything, and just blend until you feel like you're not wearing a crap load of makeup. I feel like sometimes if I don't blend enough, I feel like I look like a crazy person. For our eyes, the first thing we are going to be doing is taking our NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Stick in the shade Milk and just applying this basically all over all of your eyelid, like the whole thing, up to your brow bone, down to your lash line, just because we want a really awesome base for our eyeshadows to stay for a long time and to show up very vibrantly. The main focus of this look is going to be my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. I just recently got this at my CVS and I love it, and the main focus of this look is going to be this really, really pretty taupe color up here. Very gorgeous, very soft and creamy, but not so soft that I feel like I'm like gonna break the whole eyeshadow whenever I touch it. It's very, very pretty, very pigmented, and a really, really awesome color to be using for this look. So I'm going to be taking that on my favorite flat shader brush from Beauty Basics. So I'm just going to be applying that really pretty taupe color on my flat shader brush all over the lid and up a little bit, just not like completely up to my brow bone or anything, just up a tiny bit so that we can blend that out and make a good base for our crease color. Okay, now I'm going to be taking my big Beauty Basics fluffy brush and just blending out those lines that we made from the taupe color going out pretty far. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my, what color is this? This color right here, which is this really pretty neutral toned light shimmery brown. Just applying this into my crease, and we're just doing that to darken up the look a little bit. So now I'm going to be taking this, or I'm going to be mixing these two colors. This is a dark, almost black color, and then this is a reddish tinted brown. And I'm also going to be mixing that with this light neutral brown. And I'm going to be mixing all of this together and applying that into my outer V. Then I'm going to be blending all of these harsh eyeshadow lines together using my Avon All Over Shadow brush, because this is a clean brush and it's super soft and awesome for blending out eyeshadows. And then I'm going to be going into my Walking on Eggshells Wet n Wild Trio and taking this highlight shade, which is well loved. As you can see, I've hit major pan on here, and I'm just going to be going into that with the same, what's it called, flat shader brush. I'm just wiping off any of the taupe color that's left on my hand, and then I'm going to be using that light, almost off, like an off-white shade out on my brow bone and my inner corner as a highlight. So that is what the finished eyeshadow looks like. So for my eyeliner, I am going to be using the Rimmel Scandaleyes pencil eyeliner in black, and this is just an amazing black eyeliner. This is also featured in my August favorites video because I absolutely love this eyeliner. It's amazing. But I'm just going to be lining my waterline and my tightline, so the upper and lower waterline. And then we are also going to be using some liquid liner on our upper lash line. So I'm going to be using my Stila liquid eyeliner, the Stay All Day formula, and I love this. Okay, and then I slightly winged that out. For my mascara routine, I'm not going to go for anything crazy natural. I'm not going to go for anything insanely, you know, glamorous, just because I feel like with this look, you're not even going to be able to see my lashes that well, considering how thick my eyeliner is anyways. So I'm going to start off with my CoverGirl, what is this? Lash Blast Volume Mascara. And then over that, I'm going to be applying something that I've been liking a lot. This is the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. So I'm just going to be using these two. And then I think that's all. But first, I'm going to be curling my eyelashes with the Revlon Eyelash Curler. So for my lips, since I do have some really dramatic eyes going on, I'm going to be keeping it really neutral and simple. So I'm going to be going with my CoverGirl Smoochies in the shade hashtag Smooch. I literally can't believe I just forgot my eyebrows. I just was about to film my outro, but I forgot my eyebrows and I already showed you guys my lips. But I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Shape Brow Pencil by Eye Studio in the shade Blonde, and mine needs sharpened, so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just going to be filling this in with my eyebrows in using this. And then just to set my brows, I'm going into my Naked Basics palette from Urban Decay and using the shade Naked 2, which is this color right here, to fill in my eyebrows.